My name is Captain Olimar. On my home planet of Hocate, I'm a well-known space explorer. I use my faithful ship, the Dolphin, to carry all sorts of strange materials for the scientists of my planet to investigate. It is a job of no small importance, and I take it seriously. For a long time, I'd been working too hard, which is a tendency of mine, so I decided to take some time off by myself to recuperate. The journey began well. With no set destination in mind, I simply allowed the sleek Dolphin to make its own efficient way through the vast reaches of space. A strange feeling came over me, a premonition that my short trip would soon become an epic adventure. I dismissed the thoughts as foolishness from my overactive brain, then switched the Dolphin to autopilot and stood up from the control seat to make a hot cup of tea. Just then, a massive jolt shook the Dolphin. For a brief moment, my mind reeled with the possibilities of what might have happened, but I had little time to react. I was thrown against the control panel, and I blacked out.
The impact site. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved Dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate that this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the Dolphin by then... No! Better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new series on the channel, Pikmin. This has been a game which I thoroughly enjoyed as a kid and has been highly requested on the channel and something I've wanted to do for a while. So let's wander over here and see what we can find. Bum ba da bum bum bum. Ah yeah, I am so hyped to do this game, you have no idea. Aha. Curious. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. Then it dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we called an onion. I shall call this an onion too. So yes, these are, of course, the onions. Pikmin. We do have a bit of camera control now, which is nice. Zed. I am playing the new play control version on the Wii, by the way. So just in case you are wondering why it looks so amazing. It's the new play control version on the Wii and not the GameCube version. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without the benefit of wind. I cannot help but think what it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. So I shall approach it and press A. Extraordinary! When I plucked this sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it with A and then throw it in the direction I point. And I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C, and pressing down on the D-pad while pointing as well. The following controls appear to allow me to several viewpoints. Z rotates the camera behind Olimar. Left and right on the D-pad is zoom. Up on the D-pad is change perspective. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. So yes, I like the zoomed out view. So you can press up to have a top-down view. I've never really liked this. I like the close-down view. Z to rotate the camera, and of course the left and right to zoom in and out. And of course the main thing behind Pikmin is you gotta throw it at stuff. So pick them up with A and throw them, and they usually latch onto something nearby. Carry it back to the onions. Okay, so this first day is very tutorial heavy, but that's fine, we'll get through it. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. Indeed. So let's... Oops, didn't mean to throw it there. Let's throw it some more Pikmin, or let's throw the Pikmin at some more of these pellet posies. That's what the name of these flowers are. And yeah, they produce these pellets. Okay, so let's grab some more Pikmin and look around, because there's a total of 25 Pikmin we can get on our first day here. And we want to make sure we get them all. Okay, and of course if you take a Pikmin, or if you take a pellet back to an onion of the same color, then it produces a more Pikmin than if you were to take it to a onion of a different color. Cool, let's throw them over there and have them carry back that pellet. So the number above the pellet, sorry, hang on 1 second. Yeah, and the number above the pellet is how many Pikmin is required to carry it, and the number below it is how many Pikmin are currently carrying it. Okay, so that will become important later on when we have to carry some heavier stuff back. So we now currently have 5 Pikmin in our squad. If you look at the bottom here, this number here is the Pikmin currently behind Olimar in his control. This number here is the current number of Pikmin on the field, and this number here is the complete number of Pokemon in existence. Did I say Pokemon? I meant Pikmin. But yeah, that will become important later on when we have more than 100 Pikmin, because we can only have 100 Pikmin on the field at one time, and basically what happens when we have more than that is the Pikmin will just remain inside the onion when new ones are sprouted. We can't get up there just yet, which is fine. I believe... Did I miss a pellet up here? No, I didn't. That's fine. Okay, so that will sprout those Pikmin. So usually the days in this game last for 13 minutes, but this first day is unlimited. There are no enemies in the impact site yet, anyway. On the first day there are no enemies to worry about. Okay, and now that we have 14 Pikmin, we can come over here to this cardboard box which has a number 10 next to it, and yes, if we use the down button on a D-pad, we can control our squad and have them move in certain directions and move towards objectives such as this box. Cool. So yeah, we need 10 Pikmin to move that box there, as stated by the big 10 on the box. There we go. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts. Press A to grab Pikmin, release to throw. Press B to call them, and C to dismiss. Press down on the D-pad and point to command and control the group. Use Z and up and left on right on the D-pad to control perspective. I shall record this in my computer and access it with A. Plus, not A. There we go. Okay, so over here we have a ship piece, but we are not going to get it yet. We want to make sure we get as many Pikmin as we can, and this is going to take a very long time. We have a very small squad of leaf Pikmin. So yeah, there are different stages of Pikmin. A lot of people forget that pellet up there, actually. There are different stages of Pikmin. The first one here, leaf Pikmin, are the slowest and the weakest. I believe they get stronger. Let's just throw all of our Pikmin on there. Yeah, I believe they get stronger as they flower. But yeah, the other two stages are buds, and then they move into flower Pikmin, which are the quickest and the strongest as well. Okay, so while they're carrying that back there, let's go over to this. Bum-ba-da-bum-bum-ba. Awesome. And there's the Pikmin there carrying the pellet back. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the Dolphin? I wonder... Whoa! Did you... They were like drifting. Half of the pellet was like up in the air. That was insane. Come here, buddy. So yeah, you point around, you press B to whistle and call back any Pikmin that are like far away. And also to stop them doing a task. So, like for example, if I want them to stop carrying that, they will stop doing that. But yeah, I want to use the D-pad, point it down, and control whereabouts they go. I don't believe you can hear the little horn that toots, because as it comes through the Wii remote, as I said before, I am using the Wii new Play Control version of the game. With many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me that I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pluck all of the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with a bright colour. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Yes, so when Pikmin are not in your party, as we will see... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, actually, that's a good example. If we throw some Pikmin over there, you'll see that they go a bit dim and not bright red as compared to these ones, but they do, their leaves glow until we whistle, then they get called to our attention and they go bright red. It's fantastic. Okay, so we're not going to see any bud or leaf Pikmin, or flower Pikmin even today, but we now have 25, which is the most amount of Pikmin we can have on the first day, so we may as well use them here to carry back this ship piece, our engine. Okay, so it requires 20, we'll put all 25 on there like that. Okay, and they will carry it back to the SS Dolphin for us, which is fantastic. There's a wall over there which we can't quite destroy, but we will get to that at a later date. Probably around about day 4 or day 5. But yeah, the idea is we have 30 days to try and find all 30 ship parts missing from Olimar's beloved SS Dolphin over here, because it is a wreck. I mean, look at this. I am going to attempt to do this within... let's try and finish it on the 12th day, or before, so basically under 13 days. This is a personal target I've set for myself, mainly because I've never done that before. I've never managed to do it so quick. And doing that in amongst commentating as well is going to be extremely hard, because this is a real-time strategy game, and it requires focus and planning, and doing that all while commentating is extremely difficult, because you have to split your focus up between commentating and planning and performing actions as well. So we will see if I can actually do it, because everyone knows that I don't concentrate when I talk. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Okay, and at the end of each day, we will see this cutscene. Well, normally the Pikmin gather behind Olimar and he dismisses them, and they go into that onion, but since they were already part of our group, or they weren't part of our group even, they were just in the safe area of the landing site, they just automatically go back to that onion anyway, which is fantastic. And then our hunk of junk lifts off into the atmosphere, and the Pikmin's onion also takes flight as well, and launches with us. Awesome. So there we go, that was the first day of Pikmin. 1 day since impact. I have somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hockatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I'll name it the Forest of Hope. I'll explore it tomorrow. Okay, and at the end of each day we get a breakdown showing how our Pikmin population has changed, how many we sprouted, how many we lost in battle, and how many we left behind, as well as how many parts we have and parts remaining, and how many days are remaining too. We also get the total and the figures for today as well, and a cool little graph that shows the change throughout the time of day. So very cool, I like it, and it's a cool thing to study at the end of each day. But guys, that is going to do it for today's episode, the pilot episode of Pikmin. I hope you all enjoyed. I know this one's been a bit short and a bit tutorial heavy, but that will be a thing of the past as tomorrow, or whenever this next Let's Play video goes up, we will go into the Forest of Hope. So once again, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode, flying around in circles. Whee!